Hi, you guys. Thank you for tuning in once again. I appreciate it. Um, we're going to do a quick out the box message to tap into the energy and see what's going on, what it is that we need to know to help us move forward. So, I'm sending you guys love, peace, happiness, and prosperity, and I hope you send it back. Let's see what it is that we need to know to help us stay afloat. Okay. Okay. This, I mean, before I pour anything, I'm picking up just like the flow, like just a breath of fresh air type vibe. You know, a lot of things, you're being able to see certain things. You know, you knowing your triggers, you knowing why you're triggered. You know, you learning how to agree to disagree. You learning how to be mutual. You learning how to not be so hard on yourself and others. You know, you learning how to balance, because what you can be going through certain things and you never know what other people are going through. So I'm picking that up, you guys. That was just before I pull out the box. I was getting that. I was getting like balance. Balance. That's what I'm getting, balance. So you're learning how to balance things. Ooh. Learning how to communicate more. Showing exactly what it is that that you're passionate about. I'm really getting that. But that was, let's see before we pull. But that was just a little something that I was picking up. And we're just gonna go off balance. See what area, see what's going on. You know how alrighty. Let's pull out the box, you guys, and see. Let's see. Is it? I'm sitting up there. 1, 2, 3. Just put them. I want to make sure we get it good. Okay. Got enough. That should be enough right there. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 messages. Okay. Alrighty, let's see, you guys. All right. Oh no, not that one fell back there. Okay. Okay, you guys know how I say I start with the blue. So, okay, we got recall. We got church, recall, one-way street. Okay. So something with a church can be involved. like a one-way street already. Like somebody could only wanted to see certain things one way, you know. We're gonna tap more into this. But I'm picking that up like before I pulled out the box. Yeah, I was getting that you're learning how to agree to disagree, like this breath of fresh air type thing. So yeah, this like that energy. It says recall church one-way street. So like okay. Yep. So it says sacred teaching. It says sacred teaching of truth and peace. Okay. I'm seeing where this is going. They telling me exactly what's going on. All spells and hex removed from within your family. Okay. Self-sabotaging relationships and behaviors. Real royalty. Misjudging. Okay, come on. All praises. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The South. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get in here. We in here. Let's see what's going on. The ancestors is okay. Okay. Sex party. All righty. Okay. All doors are open. Let's see what's going on, because the ancestors speaking. Let's see. Talk to me now. We got churches. We got the church. We got sex parties. Well, let's going on. What's going on, you guys? What's going on? It says recall. Church. One-way street. Sex party. The South. Oh, goodness. It says real royalty. Misjudging. Okay. Who? Okay. Hey. They feel some type of way. Who doing this? Who messing with the church? Well, the church messing with somebody. What's going on? Okay, it says all spells and hex removed, self-sabotaging relationships and behaviors. Sacred teaching of truth and peace. Okay, I feel like you upgraded. You know this. We know. You know, we're at a point where everything got to be discussed. Okay, back to the old Southern church houses, to the new ministries. Like, I feel like this is like the Creator telling, like, come to. Like, we have to figure this thing out, because everybody, just because you go to church, that does not mean you better than the next. This is what I'm getting. You really have to really, like, as a self-check type thing, because majority of the pain and stuff that people are suffering from comes from being church hurt. Okay, so we can't just exit out like a whole lot of things is coming from new age and all this. No, some of this stuff been here. A lot of heartache and pain has came from the doors of the church. Come on, because if we got to speak on it, we got to speak on it. Because you got some people in there that's delivering words, and when they go back home, they ain't about nothing that they even said. You got churches and you got places that preachers and stuff that set up here knowingly done harm to people. They be in the sex parties, okay? Let's keep this 100. Because if everybody up is standing up in front of judgment, we all gotta say what's what. Like, everybody can't throw rocks, had their hands, and then come up on Sunday and think like, no. Because if it wasn't no type of nothing to talk about, and it wasn't no type of problems, y'all wouldn't have so many people running away from the church. Okay? So y'all need to, like, I feel like a whole lot of this stuff is outdated. And the only way we're going to get through if people be realistic with some things. We know we real royalty, baby. Real royalty. You know real royalty when you see real royalty, okay? We can't turn our eyes like sex parties and sex magics and spells and stuff don't get put on you in church and from church folks, okay? We can't act like that. Because when you break down to how things began and stuff, come on, a whole lot of stuff was built on false teaching and doctrines. They only, hey, hold the Bible. Like, I heard the stories of the two altars. An altar to bless you and an altar to do some other stuff to you. So, hey, it's something about the South and some sex parties, the church, recall, one-way street, misjudging. So this whole church, y'all, the same people that sit there and judge you, misjudging you, they be all into stuff too. And it said, and I feel like some church folks, some church folks that was up there misleading some people was the ones in the back end putting spells and hexes on people. But you still real royalty, regardless of how many offerings you give, baby. If you ain't even got it to give, when it looked from the Most High, He know His. You still real royalty. I don't care what nobody put in a book, or what tithes that you may not even have. You still real royalty. So the self-sabotaging relationships and behaviors, is removed, because I feel like somebody tried to put some type of spell or hex on you to make you self-sabotage every relationships that you, this energy is somebody, like, we just gonna go here, okay? Because all these churches and everybody, that's why I'm real careful about who I have covering me, who I have praying over me, because I done seen the things that these people that you run to for help, I done seen how dirty that they can be when it comes to ego. And at certain extent, like, if you, like, I don't have nothing against the church. If people feel that that's what they need for them to deliver themselves to be a better person, so be it. But some of us have ascended to a certain level where we sink so much that we learned that we had to make time to go and get a relationship with the Most High one-on-one without the third party, because we didn't see how these third parties are operating. They're not even operating from that natural and that genuine place anymore. They're operating on a business. They get, like, the church isn't even a place where you can come and do praise, show praise. Some of them is not. We cannot turn our eye to that. Some of them are big businesses. They are corporations. The bigger the church, the bigger the church. That's the whole thing. The bigger the church, the more people. That's how they operate. And I feel like it's sacred teachings of truth and peace that I feel like you have found on your own. And by you finding this, not even you finding it, by The ancestors and the creator showing you this and giving you this and handing this over to you, this sacred teaching and this sacred knowledge. You got some people that is used to doing things the old way, mad. So they're putting out, they're misjudging you, pretty much saying that this is what I'm getting, that you're not real royalty or something. They're recalling what they did because they didn't think that you were real royalty. It could have been from something that someone told them or something, or judging you off a one-way street. You get what I'm saying? Judging you off of how they feel. That nobody probably even took the time to really come to get to know you, to see where you're from, to see where you're coming from. I feel like these set of people made their decision based off of what they felt at that time. And it's something about a sex party and stuff like this. They probably could have downgraded your name because they was having sex parties. You don't know, and it's something with the South, and it says self-sabotaging relationships and behavior. I feel like somebody tried to hex you. They wasn't a real leader. Be careful of false prophets. They wasn't a real whatever they were saying that they are. With this, you found the sacred teaching out on your own. They were always making sure they was misjudging what it is that you found out. They were misjudging it. And when it came down to it, they realized you were real royalty. They could have been trying to judge somebody off their past or something. Yeah, it says real royalty, misjudging, sacred teachings of truth. That you were real royalty. They were misjudging the sacred teachings of truth and peace that you had within you. They were misjudging it because it was something that they never seen. Because they were on that one-way street. They wanted you not to even tap into this sacred knowledge. That's why they kept on hexing you and wanted this. And it's church people that work like what I'm getting is certain priestess and certain people that does this. You got some that uplift, and you got some that do stuff. Okay, we all ain't. We don't. Everybody is not on the same timeline. But within this, people are going to see. I really feel like you gave the reality check. Because of the hex that they were trying to put on you. What I'm getting is this church was working on you for years. You could have been, your family could have been members of this church. That's what I'm getting. Your family could have been members of this church. And you know how, just say for instance, you grow up, your next door neighbor or whatever, wherever you live, is a church. They have a church. So these people know everything about you. So they look at you how they look at you. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how much you changing or whatever, which way. They look at you the way that they want to look at you. They misjudging you. They haven't seen your growth. They haven't seen your growth. And majority of the time, stuff could have happened when you guys were children. That's what I'm picking up. Somebody was preacher kids. Somebody was preacher kids. Preacher children. And in the church, they don't want certain stuff to get out. You can't make this church look bad. This is what I'm getting. And when you decided to go and tap into sacred knowledge, they tried to hex you. They tried to put some type of, because they only wanted the teachings to be taught the way that they wanted to be taught. They didn't want you to teach the way that you were teaching. That's what I'm getting. So all through the years, they knew you had this gift. This is I'm picking up for somebody. They knew you had this gift, but they didn't like the way that you shared it. So they put some type of they put some type of spell. They put some type of spell and hex, because you say the Most High say all spells and hex removed. So these people put some type of spell or hex on you because they only wanted this sacred knowledge and teaching to be taught one way. Okay? They didn't want you to teach it the way that you were teaching it. So they knew you were gifted when you were younger. This is what I'm getting. They knew you were gifted when you were younger, and they put hexes on you to shut up. They didn't want you to teach the way that you were teaching. Yeah. So they put a spell on you for you to self-sabotage every relationship or show some type of behavior. Okay? So you wouldn't look, you get what I'm saying? So you wouldn't look the part for nobody to listen. You know, so you couldn't build a community. They put this they put this hex on you so people can see you in this certain light. But as you grew, and they probably, I'm seeing they put some type of sex, like somebody could have got somebody to go to some type of sex party or tried to make it seem like that's what, like it says, recall, sex party. So they could have tried to bring up something saying that you be into some, stuff like that, just so wouldn't nobody listen to you. They wanted you to be misjudged because they know that they hurt you. That's where your pain came from, was this church. Something happened at this church. This church could have been a part of somebody in their sex parties. So when you started to open your mouth and teach this sacred teaching of truth, they didn't like that. They started recalling everything that they could think of. And I'm getting, somebody could have lied and said you be in sex stuff and sex parties and orgies. I really feel like somebody misjudged a whole group of people about you. And they recalling how they done you wrong. And now they have to sit and realize that you were real royalty. After all the lies, the slander, the misjudgment, and the manipulation, they got to really go and sit with themselves and think about how they done you. Because it was real easy. Like, we can't, certain conversations need to be had. But that don't mean you go and degrade somebody because they don't understand something the way that you do. Ooh-wee. Hurt people, church people, hurt people. Hey, that's a reality. Hurt people, and church people hurt people too. With the misjudgment and the misleading and the misguidance that they act like that they don't do. But they throw everything off on you to hide up what they're really doing. Because we all are human. But what it says, point one finger and how many pointing back at you? So whatever church that done this, they know that it's consequences that they have to that they're gonna suffer just by misjudging you, just by turning you away. But they did you a favor because you cut out the middleman and you went directly to the source. That's why the creator and your ancestor gave you that sacred knowledge they didn't want you to use. Because they knew that they were going to come up against you. But long as you got your people to... Oh, I missed it. Yeah, it's royalty. That's royalty, right? Well, anyway, y'all know what it means. I was just writing real fast. But it don't matter. I just messed up what I was saying. Yeah, long as you got your people on a higher vibration to the Most High, it doesn't matter how you did it. Long as you done it in a righteous way in His eyes. That's what these people need. That's what I feel like they fail to realize. That's why they tried to put these hexes on you. This was a church. And it's sad to say that people operate like that, but they do. They put a hex or a spell on you for others to look at you in a certain light. And now I feel like the spell wore off from when you were younger. It says, yep. Now they're thinking about it. They thinking hard of what they done to you. They're thinking really hard of how they done you. The lies, the manipulation. And it could have just been for a come up, thinking that they were going to get more people. That's not how you do things. I feel like these people literally wanted you to sit in the back. They literally wanted you to sit in the back. They didn't care what it was that you were moving towards. They just wanted you to sit in the back. These people wanted you to sit in the back while they drive this bus, while they move forward with the spiritual knowledge that you tapped into. But it's time for you to catch good vibes. It says you can create what makes you happy. Many blessings to you. These people misjudged you and hurt you just because they wanted to look at certain things one way. It was a one-way street. I mean, that's so many people's stories, you know, and that's not telling like people that just because you get church hurt, that doesn't mean you run from the Most High, because it's just you learning to cut out third parties when it comes to you getting to the Creator. You know how to tap in, you know, yourself. And if you choose to go and share your energy with any third party, which is the church or whatever, that is a plus, because you come in there strong already. You're going to be going there just to say thank you. You're not going there at your lowest and feeling low in this one category. If you choose to go and step somewhere to give praise, you know that you go outside and you're close. You know that deep inside that you're close. So you didn't need no third party to belittle you or degrade you, to devalue you, or to take a stance for you to tell you your worth, because you knew your worth. They didn't. They didn't know your worth. They knew your worth. They knew your worth. They just didn't they didn't value you. They didn't value it because it was something that they never seen. They didn't like how it was being presented. They didn't like the way that you were teaching whatever messages that it was. But the thing of it is, that don't mean that you go and degrade somebody and set certain things up intentionally. You know, set traps up for them to try to fall into intentionally. And I feel like that's what somebody done. Yes, I got it. Says sun, energizing, calming, awakening, motivate. West. So I got west and I got south. We got west and we got south. Where did my paper go? I'm sorry. I gotta rewrite. Well, no, I'm not. I just gotta add my go back and read them as I go and just spell the letters right. But it'll be okay. I'll be writing so fast. But anyways, yes, we got west and we got south. That could be significant to you guys. This it's something about a church. You know, like all churches, you got some churches that's practicing some other stuff. We got Jupiter energy. Jupiter energy's been staying out here. Okay. We got Virgo. Got Venus, yes. Love. You know, this healing that you done, because I feel like you could have been a church person. You know, and you went through awakening and you started to see, like, you started to see certain things. You probably just won this could have been something that was forced on you, you know. This church home could have been forced on you. You probably felt better somewhere else. You know? But that don't mean you just turn your back on certain things. It's just you go where you're accepted, not where you're tolerated. Because some people just tolerate people. You know? Those who are awakening and they know what vibration and they know how certain things is, I know people I connect with. But it's certain things that will not register to other people because they're not awakening on that level. So sometimes people have to communicate with people on the level that they are on until they're ready to reach the level that you are on. That's not saying lower yourself, but you can't have certain conversations with people that's not ready to hear you. Something is always going to trigger them. Something is always going to make them disagree with you because they're not ready to hear what it is that you're saying. They're going to make it's going to sound like some whole other stuff to someone that's on a different vibration than you. That's what I'm saying. So like you got some people is at the conscience that's already at their Christ consciousness, where they know the difference between certain things that's in the world, and you know they know certain things, but you will lower your vibration trying to force what you know onto others. So with that being said, you have to keep it moving. And when these people get ready to hear you and on the level of what you're trying to express, if they're meant to be there to get that type of knowledge, they will be there. If not, you cannot force it. You have to keep going. You have to keep flowing. That's how it goes. And it says, your hard work and dedication do not go unnoticed. Thank you. Give and you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, running over and poured into your lap. The amount you give will determine the amount you get back. So continue to give good. You know, continue to spread the good. You know, continue to, if this, whoever this message is for, you know, you continue to preach your word or your gospel or whatever it is that you're doing. You know, if you feel that you're helping people in the way that you present it, go ahead, continue to do it. If if you feel that you're getting to those people you supposed to reach, continue to do it. So if these people have some stuff to say about you before you walked into what it is that you until they probably judging you off of some old things or some lies or whatever which way, but you can't make that stop you from your mission. Like I say, hurt people, church people hurt people too. So we're gonna close that out, you guys.